Yo, what's the deal? I'm back with another one. Came to get a little sports in, quick workout. Coming off the NFL draft, which was crazy. How they did my boy Shador, but it's all good. He was finally picked up. Shiloh even found the spot. Shout out to Will Shepherd and the boy Jimmy Horn. They all got in. You know what I'm saying? OG Prime sent 4 guys. 5 with Travis Hunter at the number 2 pick. So salute to them because they still reached that goal. They still got to where they was going. Even though they try to make it a little bumpy for them, they got where they was going. But we on the NBA right now. We definitely on the NBA right now. We got the Warriors and Rockets tonight. I think they come on at 7:30, if I'm not mistaken. A 7:30 game. Golden State up 3-1. It's going to be tough for the Rockets, man. Then that boy Jimmy Butler, he done came back off that injury. We all know he not 100%. But last game y'all seen where Curry was in at his best, JB stepped up, playoff Jimmy came in, did his thing, held them down, took them to the W, right? But one other matchup or game or series that I've been locked into is that Timberwolves and the Lakers. A lot of my partners gonna be mad that I'm talking trash about the Lake Show. But y'all know I gotta get them. Man, y'all already know I'm rocking with my boy Ant-Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's home team. We rocking with Ant-Man, and I love how he's getting on that floor. And it's all with respect. Don't get it twisted. And I know people like to bring comparisons. I really, it's an argument every time you do these comparisons and stuff like that. But I got to say, Ant-Man is coming in and doing it how that boy Michael Jordan did it. You know what I'm saying? How the GOAT did it. Y'all remember when Mike came in, it was Bird and Magic, Kareem, whoever, all them guys that was before him, how when he came in the league, Zeke, the bad boys, all them, just all the guys that was there before him. That was them guys. But when he got there and found himself, oh, man. It was, and he could have had love for some of them guys for real. But on that court, you couldn't tell. Because he was going at them, basically letting them know, bro, y'all watch. It's my turn. It's my time now. So, yeah, move out the way. And I think that's what Ant-Man giving us right now. You know what I'm saying? And I love it. Y'all seen how they was going at each other, he pushing. They going at it. Showing them like I ain't backing down. But also too, man, Ant-Man worked for that. Because over the summer, I think last summer for the Olympics, he was the young guy on that team, and he had to sit the bench behind the KDs, the LeBrons, the Currys, just the top 10 guys that's in the NBA. He had to sit there, but as a student of the game, he had no problem doing that. He was out there playing with the best of the best, and he already knew what time it was. Like, yo, I gotta sit down and learn how to be a better pro, a better ball player, and that this shit is all year round. And y'all see how the difference of an off season is for Ant and for Luka. True enough, Luka that guy. Luka's that guy. He gonna get you buckets. You can't stop nothing he's doing, and he gonna do it in slow motion. But I feel like the difference between them two is when them off season starts, yeah, you might see Luka running up some steps here and there. You know what I'm saying? You might see him taking a couple jump shots in the gym, just something to give the people. But for the most part, he enjoying all the summer off-season activities. Man, my boy Ant-Man, after they was put out the playoffs and it was time for that off-season to start, my boy was right back in the gym. He back in the gym, getting stronger, getting better, worked on that shot. Y'all see that? Y'all see how he shoots that 3 from anywhere now. You give him, like, Ant-Man don't be playing. He letting that motherfucker go like how Curry letting it go. You know what I'm saying? But that also comes from him being around them guys and seeing how much work they put in to be good at their craft, and it shows on the floor. So they have the 10:30 game, 9:30 game. I can't remember which one, but I know it's come on. It come on tonight, and it might be goodbye for the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Like it might be, because to be honest with you, they playing a better grade of basketball on the Timberwolves. We have to, you know what I'm saying, call a spade a spade. They playing a better grade of basketball. Like, definitely playing a better grade. And what I mean by that is dudes is playing tighter defense, and they getting back down the floor. We all know Luka can't guard nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody blows past Luka. You know what I'm saying? All game. What the reason why he don't even catch so much flack from it is because, yeah, dudes is blowing by him all game. He's just going to come down on the other end and give you 40. Might give you 50. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people disregard that, but Luka got to tighten up on that defense. I fuck with Luka. Don't get it twisted. I'm not here to hate on Luka. That's one of the best white boys I ever seen touch, you know what I'm saying, get on the court. And he ain't been in the league nothing but a couple years. I hate the Atlanta Falcons, you know what I'm saying? But Trae Young, you still my boy, but I hate they even did, you know, let him go to Dallas, man. Now he in L.A., you know he's never leaving there. L.A. gonna do whatever they got to do to keep him, you know what I'm saying? Like, he probably don't have to pay for nothing. You know what I'm saying? He probably good in every hood. The gang members love him. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood love him. The whole L.A. County loving him. But he got to tighten up on that defense, man. And we're gonna see tonight. I'm predicting, since the Lakers, you know, back is against the wall, they're gonna try to do everything in their power not to lose this game, and you know, keep this series going. But if Ant-Man go off like how he did the last game, I think he had like 43, 8, and some more. Man, listen, down there triple-double almost, you know what I'm saying? But I know he had like 40-something points, you know? And I was on vacation. Me and my significant other, man, I turned that game on. I'm like, hey, hold up. Let me watch some more of this, man. We were watching the games, you know. She was waiting for me to finish watching the game so long. She done passed out on me and stuff like that, so I had to wake up. You know what I mean? Birthday activities, like, man, come on, my bad. But the game was so good, you know what I'm saying? Like, the game was so good. I like the intensity, and I like what Ant-Man is doing. Now, back to the Warriors. We all know Jalen Green. I hope I'm saying his name right. Jalen Green, you know, the young boy with the braids for the Rockets. The Rockets going to need a big game out of him. They're going to need him to go off like he did in game 2. I want to say that was game 2 or 3 or whatever. They need a big game from him. They need him to go off along with the, what's the guy name? The big guy. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The big, you know what I'm saying? Like, the big white guy. I'm sorry if I'm, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not saying you guys' names, bro. Like, what, you know? But he's been balling. He's been doing what he need to do, you know, all series. Like, been a presence in the paint. You know what I'm saying? He inside out, making it happen. He just need everybody else to get on flow with him. And, you know, that'll probably work. And the Warriors never blown the 3-1 lead but one time. And it was that one time where, you know, Draymond got suspended. You know, the NBA, you know, handed them boys up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we're going to give y'all a little help. You know, because this one, you like y'all finna lose 4-1 again to the Warriors. So, you know, when Draymond got suspended for a game and Bron and them came back, y'all know the rest. You know what I'm saying? Cleveland, this is for you. Y'all remember that shit. Curry ain't going for that no more. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not with playoff Jimmy on this squad, man. So, them 2 games is on tonight. We're going to see if both teams can close it out. Let's see if, the teams who are down in these series, is they going to come out fighting to try to keep the series going, or they going to lay down. But, yeah, I just wanted to come through on the sport tip real quick, man, because them boys out there balling, man. Like, hey, Ant-Man, keep doing your thing, bro. You definitely a good face to have, or to, you know what I'm saying, or to be for the NBA, you know what I'm saying? And he's still a little rough around the edges, but that's what make him so cold, man, because he's just being him, you know what I mean? But they finding the shit out, my boy. I ain't even gonna lie to you. He be talking his shit. He saying the N-word in interviews and cursing and all that, man. But he's just a young kid, bro, trying to, you know, find his way, bro. You gotta realize, man, it's a couple years ago, bro was, you know, from the hood of Atlanta somewhere, you know what I mean? He just was, he could just ball good, and that's just the truth, you know what I'm saying? So he's still learning, trying to figure it out, you know what I mean? If you ask me, I don't even think he know how big he is at this point, and how much the younger generation is looking up to him, you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't even realize it yet, because I think he's still super young. I think, bro, like maybe 22, 23 at the most. So he don't even realize it yet. All he know is, when I get on this court, I'm that deal. And niggas can't, you know what I'm saying, mess with me. You know, KD, I love you. You're one of my favorite players. But when we get on that court, I'm on your ass too. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, man, we going to check out them games, man. See how they play out. If, you know, if the Lakers can stretch it to, you know, a game 5, 6, or whatever they, you know what I mean, to make it happen, we're going to see Curry. Curry's definitely not going to have a bad night tonight. And if we get playoff Jimmy and Curry clicking in the same game, it's a wrap for the Rockets. And it's on to the next. And we got to, hey, one more thing, because I keep forgetting. If the Lakers lose and Minnesota move on, and the Rockets lose and Golden State move on, man, Minnesota got to deal with Golden State. Look at that path Ant-Man might have to take to get to that title. Imagine if he knock off all these guys to get to the title, and if he win it. I'm definitely, and I love you, but it's Golden State on this end, you feel me? Anybody know me? If you a Carolina boy and you play ball, y'all already know I'm rocking with you. But Ant-Man from the city, I got love for Ant-Man. That's my boy. So I'm going to be rooting for both teams. But you already know Curry that won. You know what I'm saying? One of them GOATs. You know what I'm saying? And I got to stand on business, man, for the people back at the crib. Get on me. Like, how you not going to ride with the, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But definitely, man, after these games, man, I'll tap back in with y'all. Just want to bring y'all some quick sports real quick, man. I've been slipping on my sports, and I've been doing the toxic media, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's what people want to hear. This video probably ain't going to get no views because people don't want to hear, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to hear this shit. They don't care that, bro. They want to hear the dirt, you know what I'm saying? If I'd have got up here and was talking about all the, you know, what Ant-Man got going on in his personal life, video or do numbers. But since I'm just really talking about the boy, you know what I'm saying, being a baller, trying to get some of these, you know what I'm saying, legends out the way on his path to trying to get this illustrious championship, then, you know what I'm saying, people really don't want to hear that. But it is what it is, man. We're going to keep this shit going, and I'll come back and hit y'all with another one. I'm gone. Yeah, like I was saying, though, I was definitely ready to see how the Lakers will respond in Game 5 against the Timberwolves. By now, everybody done seen it. Y'all seen how that played out. A lot of people had Lakers in 5s, and it turned out to be the Wolves in 5. On a night that Anthony Edwards, my boy Ant-Man, didn't have a good game. You know, we seen Luka take like a, you know, land awkwardly, had a little back injury or whatever, man. He went out the game for a second, came back in, you know what I'm saying, and tried to will his team to a win, but it wasn't enough. You know, the small lineup that Coach J.J. Redick is running with definitely was not a good matchup for the Timberwolves, because they got length, you know what I'm saying, height, you know, they very physical, they run up and down the court, and it just wasn't a good matchup, man. And we got to give some of the blame to the coaching, because he didn't make adjustment. He wanted the small lineup, the guys who can get up and down and put points on the board, but he forgot about, having to play defense, and Bron can only do so much by himself. Bron 40 years old. And, he came through the lane with a nice dunk, tonight or whatever, but it definitely wasn't enough, man. And for them to still lose that game, for them to still to lose the game, how they lost it, with Ant-Man not having a good game, that goes to show you, man, that the Wolves actually have a pretty good team. Curry and Golden State Warriors, I thought they was going to end it tonight. But the Rockets wasn't ready to go home. Them young boys over on that team, they hungry. You know what I mean? They definitely hungry, especially in that first half. I think they might have scored 79 or 76 points in the first half of the game. I remember I looked at the score one time. It was like 76. Was it 72 to like 40 something? And it was still in the first half. I'm like, oh my God, bro. What is they doing? What is the guys doing? So you already know. Next game, Curry gonna come out, go crazy. JB gonna come out, go crazy. I thought this was gonna be the game that Curry went crazy because, like I said, the last game, Jimmy held it down and willed his team to a win. So we're gonna try to see who gonna, if the Warriors can close out the Rockets in the next game, so we can get that Timberwolves and Warriors matchup. You know what I'm saying? And I honestly feel like the Wolves and the Golden State matchup will be better than the Rockets and than the Wolves because of just the experience that the Golden State Warrior has. You know what I mean? Not trying to say that the Rockets won't possibly give them a good series, but I feel like the Warriors, since they have the experience and just how should I call it? Just the better roster. They got more star power on their roster. You know what I'm saying? To kind of match up for what the Timberwolves going to be coming with. So I'm definitely going to keep my eyes out, man. I really wanted the Warriors to end that tonight, so they can get the same amount of rest as the Wolves. And, we get that game one of that series. So the Rockets and Warriors series is not over. We can't count them out, but I still have the Warriors taking it and moving on to the next round. But, man, them boys up in Minnesota is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Randall picked up the pieces, went crazy in the second half. Rudy Gobert, he was the leading scorer. You know what I'm saying? I think he might have had 8 dunks. You know what I'm saying? Some blocks, all the good stuff, And a lot of people a lot of people be going at Rudy Gobert. They be like, oh, he big and tall for nothing. You know what I'm saying? You get him out there on the pick and roll or on the switch, that's an easy basket, but he showed people tonight, you know what I'm saying? And he got a little payback on Luka from last year, man, when Luka, did him in. So I know it felt good for him to get this W tonight, man. But I also want to shout out the kid, Amen Thompson. Well, you a baller, bro. You are a baller. You know what I'm saying? You one of them ones, man. Wait till he, just, give him about another year or two, man. He going to be one of them guys, especially if he stay down, man. I think, bro, he had like 5 steals, man. Quick, like very early in the game, like a quick 5 steals, and he had 25 points. So, shout out to Amen Thompson, man. That boy's a baller. But we're going to see how this Warriors and Rocket series play out, because I'm ready to see Ant-Man go against the Chef, you know what I mean? And see if he can take them out. And if he can take out the Warriors, man, they got a strong chance of possibly going to the NBA championship. But we'll see. I'm going to end this right here. Like I said, once we see what happened with these Warriors in Rocket series, I'll come back at y'all. We all see what the Knicks got going on. We see what Cleveland got going on. We see what Boston got going on. So we already know what's up with those teams. Now, let's get these other series out the way. And we're going to keep going on to round 2. And we're going to see, we getting closer to, getting to that championship. You know what I'm saying?